Welcome to the Hank Cisco Show, ladies and gentlemen. Don't touch that dial now. This show is all about boxing, okay? And I like musicals, and but this show's right down my alley. Being a former professional boxer, referee, and all, so and this show is going to be good. And it's going to be November. It opens on what? November the 5th.
November the 5th.
Right? Mm-hmm. And it's going to run through the 28th of November.
November, right
and
after
then
Thanksgiving.
Friday, Saturday, 8 o'clock show.
Yep.
And then Sunday matinee 2. Okay.
That's right.
Now,
and the show's called Molumby's Million.
Right. Yeah. And the name of the show. What's the name of that show?
Molumby's Million.
I can't Malone. I thought it was an Italian name. What is this? Malone. Who's Molumby?
Molumby was a gentleman from Shelby, Montana, who organized a fight between Jack Dempsey and Tommy Gibbons back in 1923. So he wasn't a man from the world of boxing. He was a veteran of World War I.
He was a manager.
Well, no, actually, he was just a promoter. He wasn't even a manager. So he sort of put the fight together.
Now they promoter like Don King and all, right? Promoter and
right along
and
those
everything,
lines.
Right. So all right, now tell me something about you. You're in the show, right?
That's right.
You don't have to pay to get in, right?
No, I don't know.
Oh, okay, all right. That clears that. Now, your name is, and now it's in this corner, weighing 155 pounds, wearing a white shirt.
Luke Moyer.
Luke Moyer. Okay, now, Luke, who do you play in the show?
I play a sports writer by the name of Damon Runyon.
Great writer.
Right, yeah, he wrote for
he was always sitting ringside,
He was, exactly.
Right, and then you're Ray Saraceni.
That's right.
That name is pretty famous in Norristown, the District Justice and all. Nice guys, good people. All right, and you play
Doc Kearns, who was Jack Dempsey's manager.
Yeah, he was a wheeling dealer.
Kind of an unsavory type.
Yeah. Well, the show. That's what's good about this show. It's going to really come out about the personalities. Okay. Now, tell me something about yourself. Now, you come into Norristown. Where you from?
I grew up in Harleysville.
Harleysville,
kind of a local
up there with
guy.
the cows and
that's right,
horses
and cows, right? And so so I'm kind of a local guy. I've been around. This is the second show I've done with Iron Age Theater.
What was the other one you did?
The Rear Column, which was last season.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were on my show then, right?
Yes, I was.
Right.
I was. And
all right, now Rock, what are you going to play? What's the scoop, your man?
Well, you mean about Doc?
Yeah.
Jack Dempsey's manager, and he actually ended up bilking Shelby, Montana out of about $300,000. He took about 50% from Dempsey, which was actually illegal in most states. Managers were only supposed to take a third. Yeah. So, from a certain point of view, he was up to no good.
Yeah. Now, this whole show, tell me something about the show, the overall show. What's the theme behind it? I know Jack Dempsey was a good fighter. He was a dirty fighter. And kind of him, they made the rules about you had to go to neutral corner because most of the times a guy would go down and guys on one knee would hit him while they were down. So now they changed and kind of him. You had to go to neutral corner.
Right. There was that famous fight with Tunney.
Where Gene Tunney, the long count. He wouldn't go to neutral corner.
Right.
See? So now, this show, there's a lot of wheeling, dealing. Somebody.
I would say.
The lady man.
A lot of people trying to take a lot of other people for a ride.
Yeah. There's no nudity in this, is there?
There is not.
There's not.
Okay. A little bit of somebody gets mad and says a couple. No.
Well, I mean, I think there's some nice conflict in the play.
Right.
It is a comedy, so it's a little lighter than the last show that we did over at Iron Age.
Is there any singing?
No, there's no.
I don't think there's any singing in this
Well,
one.
you come out and sing.
It's all right if I hum during the show or anything.
Yeah, why not? We'll take it.
All right. So now I didn't ask. No, you're from where?
Originally from Bryn Mawr. I now live in Paoli.
All right.
I've been doing shows with Iron Age for a while now. Did the first show with Iron Age back in '96.
What'd you do?
It was a play called The Speed of Darkness.
Did you come on a show then? No.
I don't think so. I was on one of your shows earlier when we did Move for the Misbegotten.
Okay. All right. Now, let's talk about the individuals. Okay. What you know about the guy that. No. Before I go to that, how often do you practice? Like I said, I used to get nervous. I went to Rittenhouse Junior High School, and they had a play, and I only had one line. I went in, and I froze, So I had to say one word, I froze. So how do you remember all these lines without?
Luke, you want to take that first?
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. To tell you the truth, so we rehearse 5-6 times a week.
Yeah.
And so by the time that we get to the point where we're going to open the show, I've never really seen it as a very difficult thing to remember lines, because you go through them so many times that it sort of gets into your
And you
muscle
help
memory.
each other, like
Right,
sure.
right.
Right.
And just like we're having a conversation here, if we had the same conversation every night, you would know what I was going to
Yeah.
say, and then I would know how to respond, and vice versa. So it's,
Yeah, I was down at one of your rehearsals. I was showing Jack Dempsey how to hit the bag.
Yeah,
that's
See,
right.
Jack Dempsey was a body puncher. He was no like Gene Tunney or like Muhammad Ali. He was jab, boom, boom, slip, slide. He was sort of a boom, like a Rocky Marciano or Graziano, or in a boom body. That's kind of fighter he was.
Yeah, so I understand. So you met Jack Dempsey. You came here to
Yep,
Norristown.
yep,
Can you
yep.
tell,
In
tell
fact,
us a little bit about that?
Way back, Jack Dempsey was in the Coast Guard, and Father Larkin, who was pastor of Visitation Church up in Trooper Road, and Jack Dempsey was going through a divorce, and so he was the chaplain of the unit where he was at, and so Father Larkin became a custodian, or whatever you want to call it, take care of the kids while the divorce was going back and forth. So it became very close. So Father Larkin wanted to do a fundraiser for the church. They were building the church at that time. And Jack Dempsey came. There was a man on Skippack Pike. I don't know, he's a millionaire guy that had he brought him. He stayed at his house, and we were shooting pool, at night before the exhibition. So when he came, but he said, I don't want to do any decision. Celebrity referees don't like to give decisions because they don't want to get the crowd behind them. You know what I mean? But this is a picture here of Jack Dempsey and my brother Tony. My brother Tony was a middleweight contender. He fought 3 world champions. He's a tough guy, but he didn't have the right manners at the right time. And then at this one here is with the same in the ring up at Visitation Church. And this is me, Jack Dempsey, my brother Tony, and Tony Madison, my godfather, who was a fighter, a pretty good middleweight fighter, retired, and he helped referee some of the fights. And Red McCarthy, who was a sports editor for Times Herald, he was announced. You see, he has the mic in his hand. Mm-hmm. We're in the middle of the ring, So when I heard about this Tommy Gibbons and the Jack Dempsey, I said, hey, I want to be part of it, So and I want to let you know that I met Jack Dempsey, and he was a tough fighter, tough. But his manager, he bobbed and weaved, And I think the play talks about that where's that fight was held in Montana, right?
Shelby,
Yep.
yeah.
Well, okay, let's look at a clip now, okay? Let's look at a clip and we'll see more about it.
Sounds